Here is some Qigong for the neck. Most of the moves in this short form are from other longer forms, but we can hone our Qigong to particular areas of the body or aspects that we wish to focus on. So today, the neck. During the Qigong practice, which is good for all joint systems and muscles, etc., it's good to have the neck in a particular position, not held fiercely or in a tense way, but just gently. And I'll show you from the side. So if we're to open this area, which is really important for the sensory nerves, especially the optic nerves, then we want to have just a gentle upward movement. So top of head to the ceiling or to the sky. And also just tucking the chin in a little bit and back. And I invite you to play with that so that it's not held in tension, but that you can just feel a gentle opening of the neck without squashing the throat. So coming into the position of we call standing like a tree, Negung, the starting position for Qigong, with the feet parallel, about shoulder width apart, the tailbone tucked under, the shoulders relaxed, a little bit of space between the arms and the sides of the body. And just place your mind in your neck for a minute. And in Chinese medicine, there is a link between the neck and the bones of the back of the pelvis, the sacrum and the tailbone. And so in your mind, just making that connection. And you could imagine perhaps a light going up from the tailbone to the neck, if it helps that connection to be made on a mental or inner level. So let's warm that area up. So take the hands together in front of the heart. Sometimes say warming it on the fire of the heart, warming the hands on the fire of the heart. And then just rubbing them together. And we rub our hands together a lot during the day, washing them, etc. And here now, really tuning into that, feeling skin against skin, perhaps a little appreciation for the hands, and warming up the wrists as well, and all the fine bones of the hands. And then taking them around the back of the neck, if that's comfortable for you. You can do one hand at a time, if that's better for you. And attempting to keep the neck in that position with the top of the head reaching to the sky, chin tucked in a little bit. Rub around the back of the neck, just massage around there. And it's nice to imagine, I think, that you have two hot flannels. Your hands are like two hot, fragrant flannels. Qigong is full of metaphors and images. Warming that area up. And a little bit of tapping as well. Make sure that you don't build up tension in your shoulders through this. So just loosen off your shoulders. And then tap around the back of the neck, where the skull meets the neck. Where the skull meets the neck, still keeping the top of the head pointing to the heavens. Some tapping with your fingertips, either gentle or you might enjoy a little bit more pressure. So play around with what's good today. And then back into standing like a tree. And notice any difference, particularly in your eyes. So we've worked the passages of the optic nerves. So the neck is intimately connected to the spine, obviously, and it's the connection between the body and the brain, the central nervous system. And also in Chinese medicine, it's part of the bladder channel, which runs either side of the spine, down the back of the neck, sorry, the legs, and into the neck, and into the eyes as well. So one way to warm up the spine is to rotate the little bones of the spine and the vertebrae, etc. Let your stance be a little wider. Tuck the tailbone in. Let the hands be like two elephant trunks, keeping your hips forward, moving from the waist, a little bit of just going from side to side like this. Very heavy arms. Top of head to sky. Chin tucked in a little bit more than usual, perhaps. All very gentle. And enjoy the extension upwards and the rotation through the spine. Feel the qi going from your feet up through the whole of your body to the top of your head. And again, you can use light or colour to assist with that. And then if you want to, you could start to just look over your shoulder a little bit, if that's comfortable for you. In Qigong, we only go to our physical limits. And in a moment, we start working with the breath as well, which often helps us go a little beyond our physical limits. And then coming back, come back to shoulder width, to standing like a tree, and just let the qi settle, feel it moving through your body. Maybe you feel a little taller. And then we do this movement. So as if gathering up earthy energy like this, and the fingers are curled in. This time, often we do it, a little bit wider apart from the stomach channel. This time to the central channel. So the center front of you, fingers turned in. They come up. Let them come up to about the throat area. Then they turn and push to heaven. Notice my shoulders are still down. And then very gently open the throat, looking up to the sky, only as much as is comfortable for you. And then you take the arms down and follow your left hand, again, if it's comfortable for you, all the way down with your eyes, your head following. And then same again, pulling earthy energy up the central front of you, turning the hands, a little bit of a look at the skies, and then following your right hand down. And then we add the breath. And this is what makes Qigong a novel movement, as it were. We follow your natural in-breath, which might be different to mine, up. And we follow the natural out-breath down. Your natural out-breath. So it might be different to what I'm doing. Maybe your out-breath is quite fast or slower than mine. So we'll do this for some moments. So the end of the out-breath is here, and that's also the beginning of the in-breath, and the end of the in-breath, your in-breath, is here. So we're following the hand around and down. Let's just do one more. And back into standing like a tree. Once again, just check out how your neck's doing, how the eyes are. let the chi integrate. Next movement is called Wise Owl Gazes Backwards from the 8 brocades form. And the arms just come out as if you're like a bird sunning itself. So you're not taking him into flight. You're just coming out a little way. And you turn, again, with that chin tucked in a little bit more than usual. Top of head to sky. You turn like so. And then you come back with the palms facing. So it's like you're holding a ball at the lower belly. And then you move your hands out. So the palms now face the back wall. You turn your eyes to the other side, and then you come back to holding what we call a chi ball at the lower belly. Then the chi ball expands, the palms face the back wall, and the head turns. So here's the breathing. Follow the out breath, your out breath. So you're empty of air here, and follow your in breath. So you're full of air here. So it's like we're breathing with the movement. And also we're breathing with the chi ball. So if you imagine you had a ball in your hands, or a bubble, it's expanding on the in-breath and it's contracting on the out-breath. Keep your tail tucked under. That means tailbone down and a little bit under, tucked under, so you get sensation of activating the lower belly. And of course, when you've watched this video, you can do this as much as you feel is appropriate for you. Next movement, keep holding the chi ball. So just for a moment, as if there really was something like a balloon in your hands, just check it to see how much air is there. Get a sense of the space between the hands always giving off biomagnetism, bioenergy, which is built up in Qigong, so it's stronger. And then we do this, we keep the connection between the two hands, again imagining that there's a flexible bubble, something like that. And we press one hand to the earth, the other hand comes up, and it presses to the heavens. So that's the movement. It's called separating heaven and earth. And then we come back to holding the chi ball and press to earth, and often this hand drifts out to the side. That's absolutely fine. And as you're doing that, as your hands come back to the lower belly, the tailbone gets a little closer to the earth and the feet sink into the earth. And as you're pushing to heaven, the top of the head pushes a little bit more in that direction as well, so that you get longer on a vertical plane, as it were. And chin tucked in, a little more than usual to open the neck spine. Just shift back so you can see what the top hand's doing. Following the in-breath as you push, following the out-breath as you come back to the lower belly. And then we increase spiral, as it were. There's a slight spiral going on now. So now take the lower hand so that it's pressing down from your sacral area, and I'll show you. So you do exactly the same thing, but the back hand presses down here. Doesn't matter what position it's in, it might feel a little awkward, but the direction is down from your tailbone, so that's the way that you're going. So here's the movement, following the in-breath still, as your hands come apart, following the out-breath as you come to your lower belly. And then, okay, we'll do just a couple more of these actually. Then we change it slightly. And what happens is, stop there for a minute, that you turn your head as if you could see the back hand. And if you have got a stiff neck, that might only just be a little bit. But it's as if you can see the back hand. So your eyes go in the direction of the back hand through your body, as it were. So there's a slightly awkward turning of the neck, but it gets the sternocleidomastoid and a different angle at the vertebrae of the neck. So here's the movement now. Press to heaven, we press to earth. This is the in-breath. This is the out-breath. Okay, let's just do one more to one side. Shoulder width into standing like a tree, but now hop. You put your hands on your lower belly. Make sure you're standing equally on your toes and your heels, your tailbone down, top of your head to the sky, chin tucked in. Let the chi move through the spine, including the neck spine. Take the hands down so the fingers are pointing at the earth. Each finger, each digit relates to a different part of the neck. So this is a subtle movement, but I found it really useful to enliven the neck. So let's work with the right thumb first. You just circle the right thumb on one side. And then circle the index finger. Again, only one side. This hand is still. Circle the middle finger and back the other way. So rotating the fingers one way, then the other way. Then the ring finger, circling one way, circling the other way. Just show you if that's not clear. And then the little finger, the other fingers will likely move as well. So you're circling the little finger one way, then the other. Let's do the other hand. When you're used to this, you can actually turn the head one way and the other. And if you've got a neck injury or stiffness, often it's surprising how this little exercise increases your range. At least that's the case for me. So index finger rotating one way, rotating the other. Middle finger the same, rotating one way, rotating the other, and so on. Heart finger, as I call it, the ring finger, and then the little finger. And then just shake your hands out a little bit. And then to finish, put your hands on your lower belly, feel that connection. Come up onto your toes and drop down onto your heels and feel that resonate through the whole of your skeletal system. Keep the chin tucked down, top of head to the ceiling. And it's a good way to close a Qigong session, but it's also a good way to distribute Qi through the bones. Thank you for watching.